welcome. This is going to be my 4th Allied placement game for season number 10. It's against IRONSIDES. IRONSIDES at the time of this game was the 45th ranked silver Axis player. And we're still doing our United Kingdom save the Indian Ocean Fleet move in C-Zone 30. So we'll see how that goes in this game. And with that, we will get right into the gameplay. Alright, Russia round 1. Our standard purchase of 4 infantry and 2 tanks. And we're just going to do our standard 9-12 attack. There's really not much change that I've seen yet in the Russia attacks for round 1. I would love to see a better opener for Russia. All the ones that I've seen so far just turn out to be abysmal. The 9-12 seems to be the standard, and it seems to still be the standard even after 9 seasons. So we did the 9-12. We'll see how that goes. Alright, combat was pretty standard. Had a little bit under average West Russia. And Ukraine, obviously, I wanted to kill the bomber, but we killed everything else and still had 2 fighters and 3 tanks left over. So I opted to keep my armor. And we will see how this goes. I'm going to put 5 infantry, 3 tanks, and 2 fighters in there and see if we can't withstand. Let's see. He can attack with 3 tanks. 1, 2, 3. 3 fighters, a bomber. He can do another tank. Well, we're going to do it anyway. Really wish we could have taken the territory. But I'm going to retreat. Obviously, I retreated, so I want to see if we can hang on. In fact, how many fighters is he going to come in there? 1 is the bomber, maybe 3 in the bomber. Okay, so 3 in the bomber. Alright. Move the sub over to C-Zone 7. And then move everybody back. Move those guys back, that guy back, those guys back, those guys over, and move. Yeah, the one thing I'm doing differently is I am leaving this relatively unguarded with that extra Soviet infantry, which you usually put there. Let's see, we're going to have 3 tanks, 5 infantry, an AA gun, and 2 planes. Alright, we did some quick math on this, and we can survive with only 4 infantry in here and a 3 tank. We're going to add... let me see here. Alright. We're going to have to move this guy here to give us a 93% chance to hold against Germany's counterpunch. So we're going to go ahead and move our infantry over there, which I usually don't do. But I'm going to in this case. Although, let me see here now. Wow, a lot of calculations. Alright, we're going to go ahead and... This is going to be awkward. This is why you don't ever retreat out of Ukraine. It doesn't matter because I can't land my fighter there anyway. We're going to lose West Russia, I think. Yep, we're going to lose West Russia. You have to take Ukraine, no matter what. So I should have taken it. So that was a bad mistake. But we'll see what happens. But that was a bad move on my part. Alright. Maybe he doesn't go for it. But if he does, I think we're going to be dead. Well, why do we have those guys? Oh, they moved from over there. Alright. Alright, that's going to be the end of Russia round 1. I'll see you guys back for United Kingdom round number 1. Alright, United Kingdom round number 1. So the state of the board, Germany had an interesting move. They hit everything. They hammered West Russia, killed everything I had, but lost everything they had. Ended in a draw. So I kept the territory, and they didn't attack the Caucasus at all. He bought an extra bomber, 5 infantry, and a destroyer. Through the destroyer in C-Zone 15, got extraordinarily lucky with his attack in 13, a sub on a cruiser with no losses, and a sub on my destroyer, and 2 transports with no losses. Atrocious, but it happens. Didn't even attack C-Zone 7. So, very interesting. So now he's got like subs littered throughout the Atlantic here. He's got a mini fleet here, and he's got the destroyer here. Because he didn't touch my battleship, I kept it. I'm going to go ahead and use my fleet, move it to C-Zone 8. So I went ahead and bought a carrier, and then I bought for India an artillery, an infantry, and a fighter. I'm going to do my United Kingdom C-Zone 30 play where I organize my navy here in C-Zone 30 and see what he does. But as far as our combat goes, we're going to go ahead and blitz this and go back, take that, and then we're going to go ahead and, let's see, we'll go here, we'll take 1 infantry, we'll take France, and then we'll take another infantry, go here and take Northwestern. We're going to take our bomber and a fighter. Try to get rid of the cruiser and the transport here. And then we're going to take our destroyer and the other fighter. Try to get rid of this sub here. I did the math here. If this works out, a sub and 2 bombers against a battleship, a destroyer, a carrier, and 2 planes is not going to work out for him. And so I think that's it. So let's go ahead and get that done. See how the combat goes. This is going to be a nuisance here, but I'm not going to touch it this turn. All right. All right. We're going to move this guy here. Our destroyer into C-Zone 34. This guy's going to move up. Our plane's going to go to C-Zone 8. Our destroyer to C-Zone 8. Our battleship to C-Zone 8. Our other plane to C-Zone 8. And then here's the interesting part here. I'm going to move him to India. We're going to pick up two guys. Move to C-Zone 30. Move our cruiser, our aircraft carrier, our fighter, and our fighter from Egypt. We're going to take our sub, our cruiser, pick up these two guys, move them over to C-Zone 30. Now, this is a big risk here, right? Because Japan can kill everything here. But I'm hoping that it will cost him a lot to do, and also will preclude him from having a successful Pearl Harbor. But maybe it won't. This is a new strategy I've been trying recently, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out. And then we're going to leave the guy in Burma or back him out. I don't want to give him Burma for free, so I'm going to leave the guy there. And I think that's everything. Yep, I think that's everything I want to do is UK. Alright. What do we put in C-Zone 30? Sub, two cruisers, an aircraft carrier. Okay. Alright. Aircraft carrier goes into C-Zone 8. The fighter, the artillery, and the infantry goes into India. Because we took those two and Libya, we had a nice chunk of change. 40 more IPC for next turn, so that should be pretty good. So that'll do it for United Kingdom round 1, and I'll see you guys back for USA round 1. Alright, United States round number 1. So the state of the board, he left my fleet alone, my UK fleet alone in 30. He did not attack Szechuan, but he did Pearl Harbor, but it was semi-successful. I mean, he killed everything I have there and had a cruiser left over, and it looks like a bomber. And maybe that fighter survived, probably. And then he bought a sub and a destroyer and a transport, I think. So, not sure quite how to proceed. I'm going to do something I think it's probably stupid, but I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to stack Sing Kang with United States and Russian units and see what I can do here. Because all I can do here, I thought about attacking this, but I'm not going to win. So I'm just going to retreat back into Russia and have like guys here blocking the blitz and see if I can't start landings here and making it painful for them. So because I'm going to do that, this looks a little bit vulnerable to me. So I'm going to do some stuff I probably wouldn't ordinarily do. So I'm going to take one guy here and take this. Mostly just to cause a nuisance. Get the IPC. but really to make him waste some units attacking it. And if he does that, he's not going to attack this fleet. I have to decide if I'm going to take East Indies, or if I'm going to bounce back up to India. I have to do some calculations, but I'm not going to do that this turn. We're going to attack our cruiser here. And get that out of the way. And I think that's everything that we're going to do as far as America's attacks. This is a pain, but I'm going to throw... Oh, my purchases for this turn was two transports, a destroyer, an aircraft carrier, and a sub. We're going to distribute the sub, the cruiser, and the destroyer into C-Zone 11 to deal with this sub, and then the aircraft carrier is going to go into 36. So... I think that's it. So let's run the combat. Alright, combat was good. We did not lose our destroyer here, even though it's going to be killed next turn, which is fine. Our planes are going to go back to 56 to meet with the carrier. Our bomber will go to Western United States. We're going to back our Alaskan infantry off. We're going to move our other infantry forward. Our cruiser is going to go up to C-Zone 11. And then our infantry and our plane are going to move up to Xingkang. Alright, looks pretty good. Alright, our aircraft carrier is going into 56. Our destroyer, our sub, and our two transports are going into C-Zone 11. And the idea behind this is hopefully I have enough C units here so that the sub dies and can't kill all this stuff here. That would be amazing, but not entirely unheard of. And then if everything survives, I'll send the sub probably back towards the Pacific. So that's going to do it for America round number 1. Alright, Russia round 2. So for Russia round 2, all we did was buy 6 infantry and 2 artilleries. I'm doing something a little bit crazy. Germany attacked West Russia and obliterated it, but they lost everything too, so they have nothing left. So all I'm going to do is leave units in here to prevent the blitz, and I don't want them to take the Caucasus for free, and I'm going to stack Xingkang with Russians and Americans. And I'm just wondering... No, there's 5 guys there. Yeah, I'm just wondering how that's going to play out. If I can get back in time. Alright. I've never tried it before, so why not? It doesn't look like I want to be able to attack anything with Russia. So there's going to be no combat for Russia this turn. Oh yeah, moving my Russian sub over there. I got that already. So no combat. Alright, for the non-combat move. I'm going to move our 2 infantry there, back those guys off. We're going to take 4 tanks and a tank from there. We're going to take 1 of those guys. We're going to move all 4 of them. Our AA gun. Put our fighters here too. I know it seems crazy, and I've never done it. It probably is crazy. But I just want to see what happens if I threaten this. So, we're going to see what happens. Let's see. All right. We're going to put an infantry there. 5 there. 2 artilleries there. I know we don't need the infantry there to prevent the blitz, but I want him to have to actually spend some money. Or at least risk a unit to take it. So that's why I don't want to give it to him for free. And we'll see what happens. I can get rid of this now. Alright, that is going to be it for Russia round number 2. I'll see you guys back for UK round 2. Alright, United Kingdom round number 2. So the state of the board, Germany is pressing hard for Russia. And we did that thing where we kind of stacked Sinkhang and we're moving out over here. We're probably going to have to bounce back to Russia, which we figured. So we're going to bounce back to Russia, and we're going to be able to defend this, hopefully. India's fine. I did some calculations. I'm going to go ahead and take East Indies, and then hope, I'm going to use a destroyer here and hope that this fleet can withstand if he decides to send a battleship and 3 planes. You never know. I'm going to leave this sub here for America, and then this stuff here is going to get ready to... I'm going to try to take France with 1 guy, and we're going to send one of the transports over here to pick up these 2 guys, and then we're going to start doing our Szechuan shuck next turn. So, did I tell you what our... Oh, yeah. So our purchase was 5 infantry, 2 artilleries, a fighter, and a transport. The fighter's going to go down here in India, and then the transport and everything else is going to go up in the UK. So, first combat we're going to do is we're going to go here, go like there, take the 2 cruisers, bombard, take the 2 fighters and attack. Alright. And let's see. We're going to do France. France is probably not going to happen. So we're going to grab it, throw it in there. We're going to take the 2 fighters, and we're going to take the battleship and bombard and see if we can't take France with 1 artillery. The other transport, like I said, is going to go back there. Alright. I think that's all we're going to do with England as far as combat. Alright, East Indies is strong, France is strong. Alright. Alright, we got lucky in France because our bombardments didn't hit, and neither one of the bombardments in East Indies hit, but we did okay. We survived, and we took it, so that's nice. We're going to move our rest of our fleet to 37, and we're going to move our destroyer into 36 to block the aircraft carrier and the destroyer from joining the fight. So he's just going to have the battleship, and then 2, 3 planes. The bomber can't get there because we got East Indies. So that is good. So if he wants to risk that to take this fleet out, more power to him. We're going to move this guy there. We're going to back everybody off of Egypt. We're going to take 3 guys and an artillery and move them into Persia. We are going to take our 2 fighters back to Sea Zone 8, and we're going to take our destroyer and go back to Sea Zone 8. We're going to take 1 transport, go to 10, take our infantry here and go to Canada. We'll pick those up next turn because our Americans are going to kill this German sub. Let me see what else I got going here. And that looks like that's going to be it for United Kingdom. So this here is kind of going to be a nuisance. He's going to bounce over here. He can take trans. He can take Egypt. But whatever he decides to take, let's see here. We got 4 units here. We can go 1, 2, and take Egypt. So we can bombard that back. So our hit back will be good there if he decides to go that route. And then next turn we got to focus on starting our Scandinavian shuck. So although America is probably going to land troops in Africa this turn because we can't take Morocco because of the bombers. We don't really have enough to dissuade the bombers yet, but we'll buy some stuff with America, most likely. Although we are going to lose Hawaii this turn, I think. So that's going to conclude United Kingdom's turn. Let's go ahead and throw the fighter in India and 2 guys in India. And then we'll throw our transport in Sea Zone 8, our 3 infantry, and our 2 artillery in Britain. And that will conclude United Kingdom round number 2. So I will see you guys back for USA round 2. Alright, United States round number 2. So state of the board is a little tricky. Germany has 2 bombers. He's got the sub here and the sub here. He's pressed forward, but I think I can defend if I retreat all my Soviet stuff back. I went ahead and bought 2 infantry and a tank and artillery, 2 transports, and 2 subs. The subs are going in the west coast of America. Everything else is going on the east coast. So as far as the combat goes, we're going to take 1 guy and go forward and the plane. And I think that's it. Oh no, we're going to take the cruiser, the sub, and the destroyer and kill this sub. What about this? We can do the plane, but where's he going to go? 1 fuel left, so the plane can kill that and go here. Alright, we'll do the same. We'll use the plane also. Alright, do we want to kill anything else? Do we want to take Wake Island? Get 2 subs. I don't think we want to take Wake. Do we want to take the Solomons? Yeah, let's take the Solomons. We will take the Solomons. Wow, the bomber can go here. That's amazing. We're not going to do it, though. Alright, I think that's all we want to do. Alright. That's actually pretty amazing. The sub got a 1. Really? The sub in Sea Zone 23 got a 1. That's pretty fucking amazing. So, anyway. The fighter will land. In Africa, we will take a tank and a guy. We'll go down to Africa. All right. We'll take a guy, artillery and a guy. Go up to Greenland. We'll take the bomber over to Hawaii. We'll take the aircraft carrier down to the Solomons. Take the destroyer over there. Move this guy down here. And move this fighter to Russia. That's pretty funny that we lost that, but oh well. It is what it is. Alright, that will be, let's see here. So we'll take the 2 transports, put them in western United States, a tank, and artillery, and 2 guys in the western United States. And then we will take 2 subs and throw them into C-Zone 56. And that will conclude America's round number 3, sorry. So America round 3. I'll see you guys back for Russia round 3. Alright, Russia round 3. So we figured he did what he was going to do. He took West Russia and the Caucasus and Karelia. We're going to have to back off, but I kind of want to push forward a little bit. So our purchase was 5 infantry and 2 artillery because that's all the money we had. We're going to take 1 infantry and take Anhui, and we're going to take 1 infantry and 2 fighters and attack Sichuan. And that's it. Everything else is going to go back to Russia proper. So let's see what we got here. Yeah. And then we'll move our Russian sub up to C-Zone 8. So what's our map notes? Defend here in 36. Yeah, we know that already. Alright. Let's hope we get something here. Alright, so we didn't lose anybody in combat, which is pretty amazing. Really good. We'll take that, right? Move our 5 tanks and our 2 fighters back to Russia. We will take, let's see, you got 2 guys here. We'll take 2 guys and move them over to Archangel. And we'll move 1 guy back to Russia. We'll leave 2 guys in Ivanki to fight against these guys here. And then we got America's money there, which is great. Except it's all going to be taken back before America gets to do a turn, but whatever. And we'll move the sub over here to C-Zone 8. So that's it. And we'll put the 5 guys and the 2 artilleries in Moscow. And that will be the end of Russia round number 3. I'll see you guys back for United Kingdom round number 3. Alright, United Kingdom round number 3. So, state of the board is, I did the math here, he had a good chance to take India round 3. He was able to take Trans and Egypt with Germany, and he stacked the Caucasus. This can hold right now as it is with no help. So, and that's before even adding any guys from Russia. So this should be okay. My biggest questions of what to do with all this, because we're going to lose this fleet. I thought about taking Borneo and just being an irritant, or maybe taking New Guinea. But I think my better play is I'm going to back him off. We're going to have to put 1 cruiser in 35 to stop him from bombarding India if he attacks it. I went ahead and bought 1 infantry and 2 tanks for India. bought enough infantry, artillery, and 1 tank to fill 3 transports, because these 3 transports are going to be landing up here now this turn to restock. And then if I do the math right, I can get India at about a 72% chance to hold, which is fine. If he wants to take that battle, most of the time it's 50-50 battle. He only has 3 fighters remaining, so he's not taking the territory. So we're going to play it out one more turn and just see what happens with that. So first things first, we're going to take wait a minute. Let's take the tank and an artillery and 2 guys. We'll take our destroyers. We'll take our battleship. We'll take our aircraft carrier. We'll take our 2 fighters. And then we'll take these 2 transports here and drop them in Finland. We'll take this stuff here and drop it in Finland. We're going to take all this stuff here. We're going to take 1 infantry and the artillery and the 2 fighters. And then we're going to take 2 of those guys. Oh, wait a minute. We're going to take all 4 of those guys and drop them into Transjordan. I'm going to take 1 cruiser and bombard. I'm going to take 1 fighter and attack Egypt. You know what? Let's not do that. Let's do this here. Let's load 3. Then we'll bombard with 1. And we already are taking the fighters. All right. Seven and 2 tanks. And this 3rd fighter here, right? Okay. Alright. I think that's it. I think that's all we want to do. Alright. Alright, combat was pretty good. We didn't lose anybody. So we're going to take our carrier and move to 34 and take our fighter and move it to our carrier. We're going to take our fighter here and move to India. We're going to take one of these guys and move it to India. Take our guy from Burma and move it to India. Our cruiser's going to 35. Our submarine's going to go over here to 39. Our 2 fighters are going back to India. Africa's now clear. And I think that's it. Nothing else we want to do right there. Yep, I think that's it. All right. All right, we're going to put 1 infantry. Oops. 1 infantry and the 2 tanks into India, and everything else is going up to United Kingdom. All right, that'll be the end of United Kingdom round number 3, and I'll see you guys back for United States round 3. All right, United States round number 3. So we're pretty behind in this game. He's advanced right on Russia's doorstep. India's hanging on for dear life. I've got kind of an awkward mini fleet over here. A couple of guys in Africa. So we're going to do something that's not normally what I would do. So I went ahead and bought a destroyer, 2 transports, an infantry and artillery, and a fighter. We're going to put 1 transport and a destroyer in 56. Going to try to keep pressure in the Pacific. And then we're going to put an infantry and an artillery and a transport over here in eastern United States. But the thing that we're going to do that, I guess it's kind of risky. We're going to take these 2 units and we're going to take Morocco. And the reason we're going to do that is because we want him to use his bombers over here at this destroyer and this cruiser. Because if he does that, he won't be using them on the attack on Moscow. So the least amount of units we can get on this attack, the better. I don't know if we even have odds anyway. I don't think we do. I think it only is going to last for maybe 1 more turn. I'm going to have to start sending like English tanks or something up there. Anyway, and fighters, all that's going to have to go up here. So we're going to take that. We're going to take Norway, which is just standard. So we can throw an IC here next turn. And then we're going to take what is that, Wake? And we're going to take Wake. We're going to take Wake Island. And really, that's all the moves we can make for America. We're kind of limited because we really let this get out of hand here. We did not put much of a defense up here, so. All right. And like I said, normally I would not leave this out in the wind, but it is what it is. All right, for the non-com, the fighters are going to go to 52. The carrier, the destroyer, our 2 subs are going to go into 52. Our bomber is going to go back to Hawaii. We are going to take our cruiser and our destroyer up here. We're going to take our units from Eastern America and put them up in Sea Zone 2. We're going to take our fighter and throw it into Egypt. And that's not really for Egypt defense. It's really more so I can get it one turn closer to going over here and defending Moscow. And that is going to be it for the United States. Round number 3. Immobilize real quick. Put a fighter. One transport. The other transport. Destroyer. Infantry. Artillery. I'll see you guys back for Russia round 4. All right, Russia round 4. Not a whole lot to do here. We just went ahead and bought 5 infantry because that's all the money we have left. Our money's being pretty effectively squeezed out. So we're just kind of hanging on here for dear life. If we can start getting landings over here, and this would be great. We have a kind of a mini setup here, but he's doing a good job, I think, putting enough stuff in Germany just to keep it so we can't 1-2 it. Like I said, about 5 units for Russia. The only thing we're going to do is we're going to try to take West Russia. And the only reason we're going to do that is because in case he decides not to attack this, it keeps him from sending his tanks up here to reinforce Karelia for a turn. England should be able to take this pretty handily. But obviously if he moves his tanks up here, and it wouldn't cost him anything if he can just have free movement through West Russia. So that's all we're going to do. Plus it gives us 2 more bucks for next turn, which would get us 5 more infantry. So, no, it won't get us 5 more infantry. It'll get us 3 in artillery, I think. All right. All right, combat worked out. We didn't lose the guy, and we were able to take this. I'm sure we'll lose him again right away. And we'll see what Germany decides to do. If they hit Russia with everything, like I said, I haven't done the odds yet. So I don't know if he has odds to take Russia. I think it's probably going to be close. Because I'll have 20 infantry, 4 artilleries, and 5 tanks, 3 fighters. He can hit it with 2 fighters, 8 tanks, 14 imps, or 15 infantry, 16 because they'll go from Archangel, 16, and a couple of artilleries. And whether or not he decides to use the bombers. But anyway, like I said, it's kind of is what it is. Maybe we get lucky and he doesn't defend Japan. I know I'm really praying for some good luck here. So we are kind of on our last legs as the Allies. That will conclude Russia round number 4, and I'll see you guys back for United Kingdom round number 4. All right, United Kingdom round number 4. So this game is kind of a mess. Russia is completely surrounded. But it will hold against this stuff here. So it just has no money. And he's buying bombers now, which is probably just to keep hitting hitting Russia. So what we're going to do is we're kind of screwed here in India. We're going to do, we're going to just take a bunch of territories here. Do our best to take a bunch of territories. Let's see, the aircraft here, that's 1. Okay. We can bombard. Actually, we can take that with the tanks. Alright, we can take a bunch of stuff. Maybe. But we're going to lose our entire fleet here, which is fine. Alright, so let's take a bunch of stuff. So let's take this. Let's take an artillery and a guy. Let's go to 15. And let's take Italy. We'll bombard Italy. We'll take 2 infantry. We'll go to 15. We'll take Southwest Europe. We'll take 1 transport. We'll put 1 infantry on it. Take France. We'll take another transport. Put 1 infantry on it. Take Northwestern. We'll push everything into Karelia. Let's see, if I go 1, 2, if I go here, 2, 3, 4. So I can't use the fighters. So we're going to move our fleet down to Sea Zone 8. But that should be enough to push into there. We will take... let's see here. We'll take these 2 guys. Those 3 fighters and this fighter. And attack Persia. I think that's all we want to do. He's probably going to send some guys down here and stack Burma next turn, but it is what it is. There's not a whole lot I can do here. I've kind of screwed this up. But it is what it is. So let's see if any of that shit works. Unlikely in Italy. Alright, well let's see what else we need to do in Italy. Do I want to kill my carrier also? Well, I guess unlikely in Italy, but it'll have to do. Because he has 2 guys here. We just got to hope we get a bombardment. If we don't, then so be it. You know what? No, we won't do that. Let's take this fighter. We'll attack Italy. And then we'll land the carrier up there and we'll risk everything up there. Why not? Alright, I think that's it. Now it should be at least mediocre. Okay. Alright, for the non-com, we're going to fly our fighters up to Italy. That fighter there, our aircraft carrier, will go there. This guy will go over to Egypt. Now, I would be... shocked if he doesn't move stuff over here to the Philippines. He's going to have to move stuff to the Philippines with Japan, because if he doesn't and we take it, we win the game. So I would be absolutely 100% shocked if he doesn't move anything over to the Philippines. It was not my intent to go for a VC snipe, because I didn't even think that this would be unguarded. But since all this other stuff worked, that's a realm of possibility. I mean, obviously, the only thing that could deter that is if he stacks the Philippines. And I don't think I have enough fleet. I definitely don't have enough Americans to kill this yet. And he's certainly going to take all these back. Obviously, this may not have been the round to do it in. But at least if I can get his head thinking somewhere else, or thinking that he might be in jeopardy, I might be able to get some sort of pushback in this game. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to lose Moscow. And in the event we lose Moscow, it's probably sportsmanlike to forfeit, because I don't think I can come back from that. But we'll have to see what happens with this fleet here. And we'll have to see. Maybe he ignores, well, let's take the sub. Not draws attention to it. Let's take the sub. Well, let's do this here. Let's take the sub and move it over there. Oh, man, actually, you know what? Let's make it a... Let's put the sub... Put this up there and see if he uses any of this to attack it, which would be really good. In fact, let's move it here. That way, if he uses any fighters, they have to land on the carrier and they can't land on the Philippines. I'm really wishful thinking, but that's all I really got now, so... Alright, so we throw another transport, a destroyer, one artillery, 4 infantry, and 1 artillery. Well, let's see here. Wait a minute. We've got 3 and 3 there now, so if we do 4 and 4... We've got enough for 8. How much stuff do we have left? We can do 3 infantry, or let's do... Yeah, let's do 3 infantry. And then let's throw an artillery up here. That was a nice chunk of money we just got too, so that worked out pretty good. Alright, that'll be the end of UK round 4, and I'll see you guys back for USA round number 4. Alright, United States round number 4. So the opportunity was left open for us for a Victory City snipe. He did not move any of his Navy from C-Zone 35 into 48. So did the math on it. We have a 81% chance to take this. And if we take it, the game is over. If we don't, it's going to be a long haul, because my Navy will be stranded here and they'll be dead. And Russia is pretty surrounded. Although I think, if I did the math right, this can hold out for a little bit. So for the combat move, we're going to do a couple things. We're going to take these 2 guys, go to C-Zone 4 and attack Archangel. Just to recap, we bought an IC for Norway, a submarine, a transport, 2 infantry, and 2 artilleries. And some of that stuff's going to go over here on the west coast of America. So we're going to do that, and then of course the main battle here that's the battle that's going to decide the game. And then other than that, we're going to shuffle this around. We're going to leave a destroyer here, move the cruiser here, take these units and fly and move them up to Sea Zone 2. These units will go down to England so that we can keep landings. And so if this fails, we'll have 2 more transports here, a destroyer, a sub, and depending obviously if our plane, we're going to kill our planes first, so we don't have to. We might be able to salvage our aircraft carrier if this fails. But if it succeeds, then the game will be over. So let's see how that works. Wait a minute. Let's attack out anyway. All right. All right, our IC goes there. Transport goes there. 2 artillery's there. Submarine here. 2 infantry's here. And that is it. And that would be the game. So it worked out. We were under a lot of pressure, but we were able to hold out in Russia long enough to get the snipe. A couple of lessons learned. So this fleet here, by saving it in Sea Zone 30, I think it enabled me really to do the snipe. This is the second game I've had where I've been able to snipe because I had a UK Navy in Sea Zone 34, which was able to threaten India. Now, last game I sniped, I actually had a couple transports from America in 13, and so I took it with America just so it wouldn't look like a snipe. I thought for sure when I took Italy and France and Karelia with UK that he would look and see that I had 9 victory cities and think that he would have to defend the Philippines with a little bit more, even if he just landed fighters on it, right? He could have just landed a couple fighters on it, and that would have pretty much been it, I think. I wouldn't have been able to make that move. Or he could have put his whole Navy there, and then I couldn't have made that move. So I guess just be aware of stuff sneaking up on you, right? I mean, this game, I don't look very in control of this game at all. Germany was pressing hard, although I did. They were pretty thin in the middle. He does have a little bit of reserve in Germany, but I don't think this was enough to take Moscow. But obviously Japan had free reign of Asia, and they were coming hard. So I think a couple more turns he would have got me. But as it turned out, he forgot to guard Philippines, and so we were able to win the game. So that is the end of this game and the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you back for another video.